The Salar de Uyuni is a natural wonder like no other. It is high in the Andes Mountains in the southwest of Bolivia. This amazing landscape, which is often called the world's largest salt flat, covers an amazing 10,582 square kilometers and draws people in with its stunning beauty and surreal look. The Salar de Uyuni has a fascinating history and a unique ecosystem, and is becoming more and more important as a place to visit around the world. In this video, we'll go deep into the fascinating world of the Salar de Uyuni, looking at its geology, ecology, cultural significance, and the unforgettable experiences it offers to those who are lucky enough to visit. The Salar de Uyuni has been there for millions of years because of a long and complicated geological history. It was made when prehistoric lakes that covered the area changed into something else. At its center are the remains of Lake Minchin, a huge ancient lake that slowly dried up over thousands of years, leaving behind huge amounts of salt and minerals. The salt flat is now a part of the larger Altiplano plateau, which is about 3,656 meters above sea level. The Salar's salt crust is so flat and smooth that it has been used to calibrate satellites. This is a great example of how smooth it is. During the rainy season, a thin layer of water builds up on the surface. This turns the salt flat into a beautiful natural mirror that reflects the sky above. This gives the impression that heaven and earth are connected in an endless, seamless way. At first glance, the landscape of the Salar might look like it doesn't have much to offer. However, it actually has a diverse ecosystem that has adapted to the difficult conditions of high altitude and extreme dryness. One of the most interesting things is the unique cacti islands, which people in the area call islas. Isla Incahuasi is one of these formations. It rises dramatically from the salt crust and is home to many plant species, including cacti that can grow up to 10 meters tall. These cacti have changed over time to be able to live in this dry area. They get water from deep underground and store it in their thick trunks. The mineral-rich crust of the Salar is also home to many microorganisms, many of which give the salt flat its bright pink color in many places. These microorganisms are an important part of the food chain in the area because they feed flamingos and other birds that live there. When parts of the Salar are flooded, the sight of flamingos wading gracefully through the shallow water adds an ethereal touch to the already strange scenery. The Salar de Uyuni has deep cultural and spiritual meaning for the native people who have lived in the area for hundreds of years. The Yuru people, in particular, have lived off the salt flats for hundreds of years by taking salt from them and making it into other products. Even now, they still harvest salt by hand, using methods that have been passed down from generation to generation. Also, the Salar has a lot to do with the history of the people who lived in Bolivia before the Spanish came. In the area around the salt flat, you can find ruins of ancient cities and burial grounds, among other things. The Salar's reflective surface and strange ability to change how people see distance and size have led to local legends and myths, which add to its mysteriousness. In recent years, the Salar de Uyuni has become known around the world as a place that everyone should visit. Adventurers, photographers, and curious travelers from all over the world come to see it because it looks like something from another world and makes them feel like they are in a magical place. But the Salar's growing popularity as a tourist spot has made it harder to keep it in good shape and keep it open for future generations. Large groups of people could hurt the fragile ecosystem of the salt flat, and improper waste disposal and pollution could also hurt its delicate balance. To ease these worries, local governments and organizations have been taking steps to regulate tourism and encourage people to visit in a responsible way. This includes making it harder to get into certain areas, promoting guided tours that use methods that are good for the environment, and teaching visitors how important it is to keep the Salar's natural integrity. When you go to the Salar de Uyuni, it's like entering a strange dream world that challenges your ideas and gets your mind working. The unique way the sky and salt interact creates a landscape that is always changing, and is a playground for photographers who want to take pictures that make people feel amazed. During the rainy season, the reflection of the sky on the mirror-like surface blurs the line between reality and its reflection. This makes for beautiful photo opportunities. Stargazing on the Uyuni Salt Flat is one of the most beautiful things you can do. The height, clear skies, and lack of light pollution make it a great place to look at the stars at night. People who want to look at the stars have a clear view of constellations, planets, and the Milky Way. This gives them a deep sense of connection to the universe. Because of its unique beauty and cultural importance, the Salar de Uyuni has become a more popular tourist destination. However, the rise in visitors has raised concerns about the health of this fragile ecosystem. Even though the salt crust looks solid, it can be broken if it is moved, and it can take years for footprints and vehicle tracks to disappear. To deal with these problems, local governments and environmental groups have been working to protect the environment and encourage sustainable tourism. To protect the salt crust as much as possible, it is important to set up designated routes and areas for vehicles and people to use. These marked paths help keep people and vehicles to certain areas, which is better for the fragile surface as a whole. Also, there have been efforts to limit access at certain times of the year, especially during the rainy season when the salt flat is most likely to be damaged. So that visitors to the Salar de Uyuni don't hurt the environment, guided tours are becoming the most popular way to see it. Most of the time, these tours are led by local guides who know a lot about the ecology and history of the area. They not only give visitors useful information, but they also teach them how to act responsibly, like not littering and staying on the paths. In addition to its natural and geological wonders, the Salar de Uyuni is also a great place for cultural immersion and tourism that benefits the local community. Many tours take people to nearby indigenous villages, where they can meet the people who live there, learn about their way of life, and help them make a living by buying handmade crafts and goods. This kind of tourism is good for both tourists and locals because it helps people learn more about the cultural history of the area and supports long-term economic growth. When people take part in community-based tourism, they not only get to learn about the rich traditions of the people who have lived on this land for generations, but they also help keep these traditions alive. Tourism can bring in money that can encourage locals to keep doing things that are part of their culture, like making intricate handicrafts or using traditional methods to harvest salt. The strange landscape of the Salar de Uyuni has inspired artists, photographers, and filmmakers alike. With its endless horizon and mirror-like surface, the salt flat can be used as a canvas for creative expression that goes beyond the limits of traditional art. Photographers are drawn to the Salar because of its unique ability to change the way you look at things. This makes it possible to create images that are hard to understand and make you question what is real. Thank you for joining us on this exploration, and until our next adventure, remember to like, share, and subscribe for more captivating journeys through the marvels of our planet. Stay curious, stay amazed, and keep exploring.